everyone, this is Gabrielle, and here's the game I developed called Letter Quest, a phonics adventure game. The game development tool that I chose to use was Canva. I chose this tool because it is very straightforward and easy to navigate, especially for early childhood students from ages 5 to 7, which is what this game is tailored towards. Also, all of my students have iPads, and they have access to the Canva app on their iPads, so this game would definitely be usable with my current first grade students and a practical way to have them practice their phonics and reading skills. So I'm going to go through the game with you and some elements I added, as well as some elements that I am thinking of modifying and changing. All right, so here's the home screen of the game. So the players will click next, and here is the mission of the game. It says, help. All the sound magic has been lost in the world, and it is your job to bring it back. Complete the reading challenges for each habitat and earn all 5 jewels to bring sound magic back to the world. Good luck. So the players would click start. And as you can notice, I did add some musical elements to some of the slides just to give it a more interactive and immersive feel for the players. So here is the world map, and the player would choose which habitat and which phonics skills they would want to start with. For the purpose of this game prototype, I only did challenges for short A, E, and I, and still have to develop O and U. But for now, we'll go to the short A, forest. And again, I have that background music to immerse them into the forest habitat. So here's the first challenge. It says match the picture with the word. Here's the picture. Here are the 3 choices. Let's say the player chose the wrong word. Let's say they chose bag. They would get a message here that says try again. They would get that instant feedback that that answer was wrong. They have a little hint that says say the sound slowly and blend. They have an animation here. So after they received this message, they would have to click try again, this red arrow. And then it would bring them back to the world map. Now for this part, I am still brainstorming and thinking what I want to do exactly. If they get a question wrong, if they press the red arrow, I'm thinking maybe it will bring them either to an easier challenge question for that same category, or it would bring them back to this world's map, and then they would choose to retry the same question in the category or choose a different question from a different habitat. So I'm still thinking of what I want to do when a player gets an answer wrong, but for now, let's just retry the question. So go back to short A, forest, and let's say this time the player got the answer right. They pressed hat, and now they get a congratulations message with confetti and some positive sounds. Again, that instant feedback, and now they have earned the magical jewel. So once they have this, they're going to press go. And now it is time for them to choose their character. I wanted to put this character slide after they had successfully answered a question, because at the beginning it would have been too confusing to navigate from the character page to the challenge page to the world map page. It would have just been a lot going on. So I thought this was the easiest way for them to jump right in, answer a question, and then find the character they wanted to play with in order to access their jewel collection. So I have 3 characters here. I think I may add a 4th, another boy, just to even it out, but I'm not sure quite yet. For now, we have our 3 characters. Let's access Savannah's jewel collection, and here it is. Now, after the player has successfully answered and completed the challenge, they have to add a jewel to that habitat. Now for this, they do have to exit the presentation mode in order to drag and drop these jewels into the accurate habitats. So what they would have to do is just go down to these arrows on the bottom right corner and press them. And then now they have access to drag and drop these jewels. So they would choose their jewel, put it into the habitat that they just completed, and then they would go back to presentation mode by pressing those arrows again on the bottom right corner. I did brainstorm a few different ways of how this would be possible. This seems to be the easiest way for them to keep track of their, not only their game progress, but also personalize their own jewel collection here with the variety of jewels and the characters. And it is really not so complicated for them to just exit in and out of presentation and editing mode. Also, each player would have this assigned to them on that top right corner. So they would have access to editing their own specific game, and it wouldn't interfere with any other player's editing. So I think this would be the best way for this game element to work. I think it's the most logical, and for now it seems to work. So to get back into that presentation mode, we would just press those arrows again, jump back in, and then now we have the opportunity to go back to the world's map and to continue with the challenges. So again, the player can choose a different challenge, or they can go right in order. Let's just jump to short E. This is the challenge for short E. Again, if they got the answer wrong, let's just say they pressed fish. They get that instant feedback with the hint again. They press try again. And let's say for now they wanted to skip short E. Let's go to short I. Short I has a different type of challenge that I'll show you. So I was able to input a timer here. And now this challenge is for them to read 5 short I words as fast as they can in 30 seconds. So they would try to do this challenge. If they were successful, press yes. If they were not, press no. Let's just press yes. They get the confetti and the congratulations again, and they have earned another jewel. Now we can go and press go. And they are going to choose again the character that they have been working on. We are working on Savannah's jewel collection. Let's go to her. And then now we have to add a jewel into the short I desert habitat. Again, go down to that bottom corner, exit into editing mode. They drag and drop their jewel. There are a bunch of different types of jewels here they can choose from. They choose the jewel that they want, bring it up to that habitat they just completed. Go back down to these arrows on the bottom. Enter presentation mode, and then they would go back to the world's map to complete the last and remaining challenges. So this is what I have developed so far. I do still need to make more challenges for the short O and the short U habitats, as well as maybe add some more challenges to the other habitats. And then I also do need to add that culminating slide for when the players have collected all 5 of the jewels. Then they have that finishing slide where they have to say the magical spell and they have won the game. So I still need to add that, but I think for now I do have a good base that I can continuously add on to, add some more elements such as harder phonics and reading skills, some more interactive elements going forward. I do look forward to continually working on this. I would love any feedback that you may have regarding maybe some things that I could possibly change, or some things that you notice are not really working too well. Please let me know. I'm totally open to that and any feedback to make the game better. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you so much.